crazy things that I seem to step on. It is Fiverr Friday. That's right. It is Friday, November 20th, and I have something really cool to show you. Now, I think there's going to be people coming in, but look at this. That is right. Fiverr Friday right there on the shirt. It's beautiful. Very, very excited about that. I'll show it again as people pop in, but I'm super excited about having my own Fiverr Friday t-shirt. So I'm thrilled about that. And it's the little things in life, right? So anyways, welcome. I hope you are doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about, that's right. Thank you. We're going to be talking about how to increase your traffic on Fiverr and through your Fiverr gigs. I think it's important. So many people, work super hard and are putting all their effort into their gigs, are putting all their effort into good demos and, trying to make everything look good. I redid my thumbnail, Anthony, because you told me to, but yet you're not getting traffic. So let me kind of lay out for you the ABCs here. Okay. So traffic, reach, your impressions on Fiverr is what the basis of everything is. How many people are you getting in front of? Okay. Now, Fiverr used to have a lot more metrics, but now they show us impressions, they show us clicks, and then they show us orders. All right. So if we look at it from the standpoint of, right, I need impressions. I need as many impressions as I can get in order to get as many clicks as I can get. And the more clicks I get, the more opportunities I'm going to get work, right? But one feeds the other. So the first part in that chain has got to be your impressions. Traffic. How do you get more traffic? And yes, we're talking about Fiverr today, but this is, basically the story of our lives, especially we all run online businesses. So it's how do we get more traffic? So on Fiverr, there's really three different ways that you can get traffic. And, if you're not getting enough traffic, aka impressions, all right, then this is what you want to do. So the first thing is your title. The title of your gig is what everything is based on in the search. Well, what a good portion of the search algorithm, as far as I can see, is based on. Okay. Finding the right title, the title people are searching. And this goes far beyond Fiverr. It goes into Google and everywhere else as well. When someone types in a title, do you have a matching title? All right. So anyways, that's something to consider is your title. So if you're putting in a title and you notice that you want to get more impressions are not really going, the direction you might want to change that title up a little bit. All right, as more people are coming in, I wanted to show you the Fiverr Friday swag. Look at that. That's good stuff. In case you're just popping in, I got my Fiverr Friday shirt, and I'm thrilled about that. So anyways, I know I'm a goofball. So we were talking about impressions, right, and your title. So change up your title. Try something new on your title. If the title and the gig and is not getting the impressions, there's Zach. Do you see yeah, that's right, Zach, the swag. I love it. If you see that people are not you're not getting the impressions you want, because I was talking about the shirt, I got kind of a topic. This is an area which you have to just let it go and try a new title. Start with your title. Now, here's a quick note before we move on to the other things. Make sure that if you have, for example, 10 gigs or, you have 5 gigs or 7 gigs, you have multiple gigs, don't change everything all at once. Okay, this is important because if you change everything all at once, you really do shock the entire system and, your stuff will drop. Now, it will come back, but you want to do it slowly and incrementally so you're not, just destroying your whole account at once and everything tanks because you're resetting it. So make sure you do one at a time. But the thing here is that you want to work on that title. If the title and by the way, you might have done a lot of research and that was the title you liked, but you're still not getting impressions. That's something to change and to tweak is your title. Okay. The next part is tags. Tags are these keywords that you that help the algorithm help Fiverr, locate your gig or what you're offering when someone searches for it. So, the tags are very important. You get 5 of them on Fiverr. If you are having issues with impressions and traffic, we need to look at changing those tags around. All right. The tags, you get 5, and there's been a lot of discussion whether, hey, do we match up the tags with our title? Do we put in different tags so that we spread out the love? I'm a big advocate for trying both. I always, I'm not one size fits all, that we could do multiple ways. But I do like to reinforce, like if you've chosen a title, all right, you've chosen a title that you are certain people are searching for because you've gone in the search bar, you've typed in, some keywords, those things have popped up, you notice people are searching for that title that you've put on your gig. It's good to reinforce that with your tags. Gives you a little bit extra boost. All right. And, again, some people will tell you no. Fiverr has some amazing success coaches out there that you get in that program. And, I have all the respect for them. But, sometimes people disagree, and that's okay. And so what I'm getting at is you be the judge of trying things out. Because in the end, if you're not getting the traffic, you have to be the one that changes something in order to get traffic. Does that make sense? All right. So anyways, that's another part of your impressions is your tags. Now, the third part I wanted to talk about is your description. Your description is another place where, the algorithm will look to see what you're offering in your description. What are keywords in your description? Are they matching up with what people are searching for? Okay, so if you've just thrown a description together or put something out there that doesn't reinforce your title or your tags or what you're offering, that's a problem, because then that's going to show the system that, it's confused, right? It doesn't know if you rank on the highest level that you should be put up at the top. Now, changing around your description, changing around your title, changing around your tags, this helps. And when you are just starting out or you're trying to increase your traffic, this is all that you have control of. Okay, this is something important. This is all you have control of. However, this is not all that the algorithm takes in consideration. It also takes in consideration your average selling price. It takes in consideration how much work you're doing. All right, it takes in consideration your reviews. Your back-end reviews, meaning the surveys. Every time someone buys from you, they also get a separate survey that you don't see to fill out. Every single person does. And that feeds into the algorithm as well. That is all set up, all right, on the back end of Fiverr. But you can't control all of those things, especially if you're not getting business. So the only thing that you can control are really those 3 things I talked to you about. Now, one other thing, I guess there is a fourth part to this, and that is making sure everything is filled out correctly. And fully in your gig, right? Making sure all the FAQs are filled out. You get 10 of them. Make sure they're all filled out. Make sure they're filled out in a manner in which they're not, they're written well. Make sure your description is written well. Make sure you have extras, okay? Make sure that, depending on what level you are, okay, make sure you're doing everything you can do. If you've gotten to level 2 and you have promoted gigs, utilize the promoted gigs. It has been a while now that's settled down enough for you to utilize that promoted gigs. If you are a top-rated seller, my goodness, use your portfolio. I've worked with so many top-rated sellers who don't use their portfolio. Use your portfolio aspect, okay? Also, buyer requests. Now, when you go from just starting out and you hit level 1, you get unlock the door to so many more buyer requests. Okay, so if you've hit level 1, you should be hitting. Now, even if you're just starting out, you always should be hitting the buyer requests, but there's not going to be many, right? And I'm talking about getting you work to satisfy that other part of the algorithm, all right, which is getting work, getting reviews, etc. A lot of times when you're first starting out, you're working for the review, not necessarily the money, okay? Because those reviews that by the way, you own the review too. It's not just, it's a review someone puts on Fiverr. That's your review. Take that review, copy, and paste that down on another document because that is your review. All right. But it also helps the algorithm. But if you happen to do a couple of jobs, all right, and also your average selling price is low too, it's going to take a little bit longer. Now, does that mean you rush out and raise your prices super high? No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that these all go into where you end up on, what page you end up and how many times people see you. But the biggest thing that you and I can change anytime that we have control over is that title, that description, and those tags. All right. So that's my spiel. All right. If you've got questions, comments, this is the time to put them up there. If you're new to this, basically what happens is I do my little spiel. And then if you've got questions or comments, you post them into the chat. I go ahead and try my best to answer them, have a conversation with you, and hopefully help out as much as I can. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we got going on here. We've got Trevor, what's up? I know that swag. Hey, Big Jim, what's up, my man? Tom, it's good to see you. Chelsea, hello. Louise says, good morning, Anthony. Fiverr slowed way down for me in the last 2 weeks, so I'm excited to see this pop up in my feed. No, absolutely. And, just so you know, Fiverr slowed down for a lot of people. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that as well. There's, for a perfect example, whenever Fiverr does a different, moves to a different, I think, marketing budget or strategy. Now, of course, I don't know this. I don't have I'm not hired. I don't work for Fiverr, but it's clear that we could see the patterns, all right, going on. And for example, the other day, I was getting lots of messages and orders from people in the UK, all right? So what does that tell me? I mean, it tells me that they are flooding the market, maybe UK, they got to switch it around. All right, with like who they're spending a lot of money, or the ads are going through, or they've hit a pocket of niche that's working really well for them, and we get a certain amount of orders from a certain part of the world or a certain part of people. And you'll notice this, right? Because there are times where you get orders outright, and then you notice there's other parts of the world where you don't get orders outright, and it goes from time to time. So that's one thing, okay? Could be moving it up. I do honestly believe, you guys, that Upwork's new thing that they've pushed out with these gigs and everything that's happening, if you notice, it kind of all coincided together. All right, it could be a coincidence, but I don't know, how much I believe in coincidence. So, that's an interesting, I don't know, just thought, right? Does Upwork and what's going on there have anything to do with a little bit of slowdown? Did Upwork buy up some real estate, you know what I mean, online that Fiverr had? Is there more of a competition on the back end there that we don't know about? I would imagine so, especially if Upwork is going to be pretty much doing the same thing that Fiverr's doing. Which, by the way, on a side note, this is a good opportunity for you to get yourself going up on Upwork. All right. Competition is good for us, right? Because that means they're going to spend even more money, battle it out to bring customers to us. So it's a good thing. So make sure you get yourself up on Upwork as well. So there's that aspect of it. And also, I think the reality is with everybody going back into lockdown all over the world, in the U.S., holidays coming up, we have to consider that, people aren't traveling as much. It is what it is. So I think that, again, we've got to shift back over to our mindset of really doubling down. Now, here's my take on what we do during downturns. The traditional idea with a lot of businesses is that we've got to cut budget, right? When the business gets low or slow down. So that means we got to stop spending as much money. However, the first thing that usually goes is marketing. I would counter that and say marketing is the most important thing to do. In fact, spend more money during downtimes because that's going to keep you breathing. So in our cases, spend more time. Your capital that you have right now is time. All right, unless you have a thriving business where you have extra cash, the capital that you actually have is time. Spend more time doing more work to get more business. Okay, because keeping that business coming in is important. Don't be stingy about the business you take. I would rather you take, and I'm not telling you to, give things away. I'm just saying that your job during downtimes is to do whatever you can to get business. I would rather be the person who has a steady flow of business than a person who has no business and complains about the business. Does that make sense? Here's a little thing. I've always used the analogy of hotels and hotel revenue management. I love this idea. And the idea is that when a hotel is busy, their prices go up, right? Because it becomes more scarce. Rooms are more scarce. But when the hotel is not as busy, the prices come down so that it entices people to go there and to stay and to pay, so that there's always money coming into the hotel, no matter what time of the year, no matter how busy they are. Same thing for our business. Why not? All right. Why be that, why die up on the hill when we can keep money flowing into our business and times change? I always say it's economics, right? Supply and demand. All I'm trying to say is don't feel like you have to stay still when things are changing around you, right? Change with them. Be flexible. All right. It's just like anything else. What breaks in a storm? All right. What breaks in a storm? Things that are rigid. What doesn't break? Things that are flexible. I mean, there's so many analogies, right? And nature and everything that we could go, but you get the gist, right? So Louise, I would say do your very best, keep plugging away, but now is the time to double down and work even more to get even more business. All right. Don't sweat what you don't have. Go after it. Okay. All right, let's see. JB Music 77. What's up? Great to have you. Happy Friday, by the way. This is John Bratton. How's it going? Hey, John. Quick question. Can buyers place orders using the offer sent on a buyer request? I seem to always end up using a custom offer for those. To my knowledge, they can, but they might want to message you or something like that. So a lot of times when you send that, they'll actually be able, by the way, here's a little side note, John, and for everybody. If you're interested in how something works, go buy something or go post it. Like, for example, I did a couple of times where I posted a job offer on the buyer request on Fiverr so I could just see how it looks on the back end. How does it work? So that you understand how it works. It's actually set up really well for the buyer. But what they do is they go to your page, they see what you're doing, and they message you. All right. So, because a lot of times what we charge is not what they're asking for anyways. But they can buy from that. So that's why you got to just be cautious about what you put down there. Make sure you put down something, especially if you're trying to reach out to them and don't want them to buy the gig. Make sure you put enough down there so that doesn't happen. Let's see. Kim, what's up? Kim Yarda Jones. Hello. How are you doing? I hope I said that name right. Apologize. Zach, my man, you know it. This is from the Zach family right there. Look at that. Fiverr Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Flyer here. Eric, what's up? Hello, Anthony. Good subject. You've told me this over and over, but I need to hear it yet again. Nice shirt. Thank you. Jim says, if you really are a goofball, at least you're our goofball. Well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Let's see. Ben, what's up, Ben? Always great advice. Thank you, sir. Voiceover Angela. Hello, Angela. It's good to see you. Sherry, hey, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great Friday. Absolutely. Out of work professor. Hey, Anthony, what caffeinated beverage do you recommend for us side hustlers to stay up until the wee hours recording? Also, any tips for sleeping during the day job without getting caught? Oh, my goodness. I had to tell you, towards the end, before I left my job, and started doing this full time, I was literally, and I never have done this in my entire life, I was literally falling asleep at my job because I was staying up so late. I was working so much that I literally would close my eyes, and without trying, I'd be out and people would be like, are you okay? And by the way, I was teaching. So it was bad. Not while I was teaching. It would be on breaks. But then people would come in, and then it was so funny. So one of my administrators were like, we're a little worried about you. What's going on? I was like, I'm sorry. But that was before I told everybody I was leaving. But, because I tried to not tell everybody that until the end. But anyways, it's tough. It's tough. I used to go to my car for my lunch breaks or things like that and try to sleep in my car, but make sure you set your alarm Because I would have people knocking on my window. Are you okay in there? It got bad. I don't think I ever talked about how bad it got at my job, but it got bad. I mean, I was falling asleep a lot. I couldn't help it. And that's not me. I don't just fall asleep. I wasn't just doing that and be like, I'm not going to do my job. I just literally couldn't help it. So that was something. But set your alarm, go to your car, and that's what I did. And then for caffeinated beverages, it's bad. I used to Red Bull, coffee and Red Bull, Diet Pepsi, anything with caffeine. I was chugging it, doing whatever I could. But it got to the point where I was even falling asleep. I would, because I started pushing too far, like 6 to 8 books, trying to get them done in a week. And, things like it got crazy to the point where I was even falling asleep in my booth. It was bad. It hurt. Where it can hurt to stay up too late. After a while, it hurts. So, that's when it's time to think about how do you make this work otherwise. But eventually I made the decision to go full time because I felt I was losing more money being at my job than I was if I wasn't there, right? Because I was losing more voiceover work than I was actually earning at my job. So, good question. Voiceover Angela, I've seen an uptick on Upwork. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that there's that battle behind the scenes going on there that we're not privy to, but it's not hard to see if we're watching these things on a daily basis. Jim, regarding Upwork. We've seen some people trying to get on Upwork and be rejected. Any thoughts on that? And I guess we should keep submitting with an approved write-up. I think so. I've been seeing that. We saw that yesterday. We had a couple people come back and say that they were rejected. And I've heard some people, though, not have any problem. So it could be also who they're accepting. Now, I'm not saying these sites use quotas for people here or people there, but I do think, just like we know about Voice Bunny in different places where they'll send you an email, be like, hey, we've had an uptick in requests for, movie trailers, post more movie trailers, or, if people who speak Argentinian or something, you know what I mean? They look for different people based on the business that they're trying to get. So that could be something too. Or they could have freeze their stuff because of all the changes they're making. So I would say just keep trying, keep going after it. Don't give up if you're not on it yet. Okay. Let's see. Melissa, I would love to hear your ideas for the energetic read. So, Melissa, I think whenever I think of energy, all right, I think of a lot of pitch variation. Okay, I think of something that helps me is to stand up, get moving, use your hands, be excited, don't be afraid to just have a blast. You know what I mean? You see how the different pitches and the excitement, usually energy, we speed up a little bit. All right. We shorten our words. Words are shortened, not elongated. I think I've done a couple videos recently about shortening words, elongating words, pauses, emphasis, all right, of expressiveness. This is something for energetic types of things. We want to use our body, all right, as well to boost up our energy, get ourselves moving, but also we can speed up, pitch variation, a higher pitch range above and below your natural. I was trying to make the other day in Fiverr Elite, we were doing a little graph where I was making a almost like a music graph where these two lines and you bounce in between these two lines, which is your normal range. But if we want to increase expressiveness or emphasis on a certain place, we go above and below those normal places too, so that we are now showing more emphasis by overdoing the pitches. Right? And usually when we're excited, we do that. We speed up the tempo and pacing. And we also shorten words because we want to get more words in. So we don't elongate words. We shorten them, right? Because they're really quick, really exciting. It's a lot of fun. Do you see what I mean? It's short, choppy. All right. So that's more energetic when I see it. Now, remember, energy can also be used to describe multiple things, not just happiness, but generally when someone tells you that, they're going to want you to do those things. Speed up, shorten your words, use a higher pitch of variation. Good question. PSN Chunky. What's up, man? Let's see. Kimmy Artist said it perfectly. Yay, that's good. Sherry, finally getting going this weekend and getting set to join Fiverr Elite. Oh, I can't wait, Sherry. Been working around day job, but time to develop good gigs, understand DAW, and work the heck out of marketing. Thank you. You can do it. Absolutely. Let's see, JB, John, right? That sounds great. I may give my own buyer's requests a go. Good deal. Jeffrey Baker, yo. What's up, Jeff? Melissa says, is that your new swag? Sorry, I jumped in late. That's right. The new swag, Fiverr Friday. Yeah. Love this shirt. Very nice. I also have another color one, so that's really cool. But that is, yes. So let's see. Gibson says, a client told me Fiverr is difficult to use on a mobile device. He didn't leave a review. Any suggestions on what to instruct him to do next time he buys? Good question. So I have, I'm not sure he's on there, but, I find that infographics or quick picture-related instructions or tutorials are really helpful for people, right? So that you can send them something and say, hey, this is where you go, this is what you do, etc. All right. Now, the only way you're going to figure that out is if you go on there and try to buy something and try to do it through your phone. Could be that they are novice, but the best way to do it would be to have something in your lightning responses pre-set up. And by the way, this is a great thing for not just that, but also for online, for any time you want someone to leave you a review. You can literally build out a picture graph that you send when you deliver or when you send an extra message. Okay, so that's what I recommend. Nick says, hi, everyone. All this talk of falling asleep is making me yawn. Louise says, now if I could just get Upwork to accept me. I know. Nick, what's up, Nick? My profile is hidden on Upwork because my complete lack of success on there. Oh, I hear you. Okay. Michael says, what's up, Michael? Happy Friday, Anthony. I'm working on revamping my e-learning gig, including my demo. What types of scripts and moods do you think make a good e-learning demo? Good question. So just like anything, you want some variety. However, some demos are going to have more variety than others, like a commercial demo, character demo. But an e-learning demo, it's good to look at the variety, not necessarily in your delivery, but the variety in the types of scripts that you use. Right. So, if I think of e-learning scripts, there's different types of ones. There's like almost e-learning scripts / public service announcement. I do a lot of e-learning stuff for, I work with Circle K, the gas station stores and stuff like that. And I do a lot of e-learning for them revolving around helping team members inside the stations, use proper cleanliness, how to handle food safety, etc. Right? So that's one thing, but that's done it's done in a very, PSA, public service announcement type way. But then there's other things, like right now I'm working on one that's very, very regimen, right? It's very one slide after another. Okay. And that's another way. There's also different types of e-learning, like, for different types of companies, like this is how we put together a carburetor, or this is how we call a client, or this is our new program we're rolling out that you need to do, or this is how this piece of software works, or you know what I mean. There's all these different things. So my recommendation is to get some variety within your e-learning demo is to try different types of businesses, services, right, to make sure that that's how you vary it. Does that make sense? Okay. Good question. Let's see. Daniel says, yo, Anthony, what's up? Listen to all your podcasts. What do you edit? Thank you. What do you edit your Fiverr SEO title to? Well, that's the thing. What I like to do, Daniel, is I like to go into the search bar and start typing in, I'll type in voiceover, I'll type in e-learning, I'll start typing in these keywords and see what comes up. All right. And then I'll start searching to see if there's titles or things that come up. All right. And then based off of what I'm finding people are searching for, that's what I build my titles on. Okay. Pat says, I appreciate all the good tips. Thank you, Pat. Henning, what's up, Henning? Hi, Anthony. Do you think it is considered unprofessional to also have a character voice gig up? Absolutely not. Nothing's unprofessional about that whatsoever. I think that's a great thing to do. Most of us do. And if you don't, you should get one up. So absolutely not. I think you should go for it. Absolutely. Well, hey guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe this, share this with somebody. Also, I know we talked about it just briefly before, but we have a wonderful group called Fiverr Elite. We meet on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'd love for you to be a part of it. It's like-minded people with Fiverr accounts. We get together, whether you're just brand new, you're just starting out, or you're a beginner, everyone's welcome. And I just said the same thing. Whether you're just starting out or a top-rated seller, because we have both and everybody in between, we're there to help each other grow our businesses through stats, through coaching, and we also do voice acting, and we work on all kinds of other stuff. And we're adding more platforms to it, like Upwork and social media marketing, like LinkedIn, etc. So I hope to see you there. There'll be a link below, or you can go to avosjourney.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a good weekend. And happy Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, next Friday we won't be having this because it's Thanksgiving, but I will definitely be having something for you to watch. So I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye bye.